Alongside Brent Hubbs, I'm Austin Price. 2-minute drill on this cold, chilly, and windy Friday morning. We're inside now, but we were outside watching Josh Heupel's team go through an early morning practice in front of a bunch of high school coaches as we have the coaches clinic here on campus. Biggest takeaway was what?
Well, about what today is. Today is just such a fundamental day. It's really to show a lot of high school coaches different drills and techniques. Now, you're going to hone your craft while you do that, but you saw an extended period of time where guys were working on techniques, whether it was
D-line working on their hands.
Right, or Coach Eckler working on some specific special team stuff. Just a lot of fundamental work. It's a good time, halfway through spring almost, to kind of regroup and catch up with some of that stuff so you don't get lost in scheme. That's what this practice is about. And of course, they're not in full pads, not in full contact today as they get ready for the first major scrimmage tomorrow.
No Jabari Small today, no Princeton fan, but one player that was out there that you mentioned in the war room having a boot on yesterday, and he had the ankle heavily taped, was Gerald Mincy.
Yeah, and I think for Gerald, it's just the boot when you're off the practice field, just to try to recover and try to not make it worse. But he knows what's in front of him, and that's an opportunity to win a starting job. He's going to push through. He's pushing through to do the best that he can. Of course, no Latrell Bumpus. We'll find out more about that one tomorrow. I think there's some concern there that could be a long-term injury with him. We'll see exactly what Josh Heupel has to say about that.
I'll say this about Mincy. You're right, that he knows what's ahead of him, what's in front of him, and when you factor in that, he's drawn some praise from his teammates. I've talked to enough people over here to know that Gerald Mincy's long arms and his ability thus far has been something that has impressed several of his teammates.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too is he's settling in. There's an adjustment period. He's coming from another school. Everything's done differently here. There's a little
Learning
bit of
the speed of the offense,
and a little bit of a settling in the program and understanding the culture and what's involved here. I think all of that is moving in the right direction, which is a positive for Tennessee. Now can he physically execute it the way they need to go win that left tackle job?
As for the coaches clinic, Tennessee will have no keynote speaker this year, electing to just have Josh Heupel and the entire staff, this being the first coaches clinic for Tennessee staff. Remember, the last couple of years was COVID related. They did not have a coaches clinic. This year, back in full effect, and it's this staff that will deliver the keynote speeches and the keynote critiques to all the high school coaches that are in town. Also, we'll have one special breakdown out here at the end of practice as Jack Price, the son of Campbell County head coach Justin Price, is going to come to the end of practice and he'll break the team down.
Awesome.
And Jack, for those that have followed along on the general quarters, is cancer-free right now. He had his bone marrow transplant back in November, and so he's back home and doing really, really well. And so I know he's excited, and his older brothers, they get to be the beneficiaries of Jack getting to break the team down because they'll get to come to practice as well. He's Brent Hubbs. I'm Austin Price for the 2-minute drill.